Hey guys, Chad from OneBody Wellness. Today's exercise that we're going to be going over is the squat. Again, very basic exercise, very simple exercise when you know how to do it correctly. So today we're going to tap into a little bit of the technique, because you get this exercise right, again, it's going to set you up for much faster results, minimal injuries. And we're going to reduce any potential injuries. Even if you do have knee problems, lower back problems, this way of doing the squat correctly is going to make things a lot more effective for you. So first off, what we want to do is focus on positioning. So to start with, feet hip width apart. So a nice solid stance. Then we also want to engage your core. So if you remember our previous video, want to engage those core muscles so that we got nice solid structure and you're keeping your back nice and strong, nice and straight. When we commence the squat, we're going to bend from the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So that everything's going to work together. So as we come down, just nice and simple. Drop the bum down. You want to keep your feet, you want to keep your weight evenly distributed between the ball of your feet and the heel of your foot. If you feel that you're leaning forward, or your heels are coming off the floor, then chances are you're leaning forward a little bit too much. So just, bring your bum back a little bit. If you feel your toes are coming up off the floor, chances are you're leaning too far back, so we just need to lean forward a little bit. Just again, so we keep that weight evenly distributed throughout your foot so that you can push up. We want to look at foot position as well. So whether you have your feet parallel with one another or slightly externally rotated, so toes are pointing out slightly, all depends on how your femur or the upper portion of your thigh sits into your hip. To start off with, I want you to start with whatever feels comfortable. The main thing with that I want you to remember is regardless of which direction your toes are pointing, whether straight ahead or just off to the side, that when you squat down or bend your knees, that your knees travel in the direction that your second toe is pointing. So you want your knees to travel in the same direction, because your knee doesn't bend like this, it will bend that way. So we want to make sure that you're biomechanically moving in a much more efficient manner. Now, like I said, so if your toes are pointed, just make sure that your knees come out a little bit. If your toes are pointed, straight ahead, then just make sure your knees are bending straight ahead as you come down. So again, just for the squat, just nice and simple. What you do with your hands with a basic body weight squat, entirely up to you. Some people put them on their hips. Some people will bring them out. I've seen people just do that when they struggle with doing a regular squat, and that seems to bring them back into a much more effective position. So if I turn onto the side, you'll be able to see how my body functions. And so if you imagine this is your torso, these are your shins, as you come down, you want them to be at a similar angle. We don't necessarily want to come down, have shins there, and then leaning forward in that position. And that's not necessarily a squat, and that will put a lot more strain through your lower back. So as we come down, just going to squat down. Again, make sure core is nice and strong, neck is in a nice neutral position. We don't want to be bringing forward, and we don't want to be in that position either, because it's almost as if you're standing up straight and looking at skyscrapers all day long. Going to put a lot of strain through your neck. So just come down, look straight ahead, and nice and controlled. So you can see as my torso comes down and my shins come down, very similar angle. And just down and up. And so if you come down and again you feel your heels come off the floor, just sit back a little bit and then pushing up. If you feel you come down, your toes are coming up off the floor, you're going to be unbalanced. So just lean forward a little bit and come right back up. So that gives you a rough idea of how we do the squat and how to do it effectively. Keeping the core nice and strong, make sure that your feet are planted. As you stand up, drive through the hips, through your bum cheeks, and you're going to get a much more effective squat. Focusing on the lower body is going to help with all your other exercises and reaching your goals, particularly when you engage through your core as well. We can basically cover almost 2/3 of your muscles just with that one simple exercise. So I want you guys to practice that. Again, engage your core, practice those squats, and I look forward to seeing how you go and get some fantastic results. All right, bye for now.